Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cutting through all the AI noise to look at where the real revolution is happening. And spoiler alert, it's all about specialization. I mean, we've all seen it, right? The headlines, those mind-blowing demos, and you've probably played around with the tools yourself. Generative AI just exploded into our lives, and it's changing everything. Get this, 100 million users in 2 months. That made it the fastest-growing app in history. And this whole boom was driven by what we call horizontal AI, these incredibly powerful, general-purpose tools that were built for, well, everyone. But that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Is this one-size-fits-all approach really the future? Because as companies try to use these amazing generalist tools for their very specific high-stakes problems, they're starting to find some major cracks in the foundation. Okay, so let's dig into this first wave of AI. We're going to look at what made it so powerful, but also where it starts to fall apart, especially when real business is on the line. And this analogy right here is everything. You have to get this to understand the massive shift that's happening. Think of horizontal AI like a Swiss Army knife. It's super versatile, useful for a million little things. But vertical AI? That's a surgeon's scalpel. And that's exactly the problem, isn't it? You would never, ever want someone performing open-heart surgery on you with a Swiss Army knife. It just doesn't have the deep context, the precision, the understanding of the rules for something where you just can't afford to be wrong. And that is the exact wall that businesses are hitting. So, if that first wave was the brilliant do-it-all generalist, well, it's time to meet the specialist. And this, folks, is where the real AI revolution kicks into high gear. This is our surgeon's scalpel. We're talking about AI that wasn't just fed the entire internet. No, this AI has been meticulously trained on decades of legal case files, millions of medical records, or huge libraries of geological data. It is built to do one job, and to do it better than anything else on the planet. And just look at this breakdown. It really shows you the fundamental DNA of these two approaches. Check out the training data row. Horizontal AI uses public stuff. Anyone can get. Vertical AI, it thrives on private, industry-specific data. And that flows right down to the last row, the moat. It's like anybody can copy a generalist, but how do you copy an expert with knowledge nobody else has? Okay, enough with the theory. Let's see how this actually works in the real world, because that's where it gets really exciting. We're going to look at 3 industries that are being totally transformed as we speak. All right, first up, healthcare. There's this company, Tempus AI, and what they're doing is, well, it's a complete game changer for cancer treatment. This is not just another app. It's a deeply intelligent system that's plugged into this huge network of cancer specialists, and it's analyzing one of the biggest libraries of clinical and molecular data in the world. And this is just a perfect example of how they build that unbeatable edge. They have their own private data, a data moat, that a general AI can't even touch. They've got deep expertise in genetics baked right in, plus FDA-cleared tools. And maybe most importantly, it plugs right into a doctor's normal workflow. That is specialization in action. Okay, so from saving lives to, well, sustaining them, let's head out to the farm. I mean, we've got to feed a growing planet, right? That means more food with fewer resources. And specialized AI is making that happen, boosting crop yields by a whopping 15 to 20%. And let's be clear, this is not some chatbot giving you generic gardening advice. No way. This AI speaks the language of the land. It knows the soil, it knows the local weather patterns, it hooks into the tractors and the sensors, it even knows the complex farming regulations. It's a true agricultural expert. And for our last example, let's jump into the legal world, an industry built on mountains of text and precedent. A company called Harvey AI has just exploded onto the scene. It's become a must-have tool for America's top law firms for everything from deep research to analyzing contracts. See, Harvey isn't just a fancy language model. It's a legal scholar. It's been trained on this massive private library of case law. It understands crucial concepts, like attorney-client privilege. It knows the difference between state and federal law. A general-purpose AI would be totally lost. And, frankly, it would be dangerous to use in this kind of setting. So, you've seen it in healthcare, in farming, in law. What is the common thread here? What makes these specialized AIs so valuable and so hard to compete with? It all boils down to one powerful idea: building a moat. And it's not just luck, It's this powerful four-step flywheel. First, you get your hands on unique data nobody else has. Then you bake in years of human expertise. Then comes the really hard part, getting regulatory approval, which is a huge barrier for anyone else. And finally, you create this amazing network effect. The more people use it, the more data it gets, the smarter it becomes. That flywheel just spins faster and faster, building a moat that's almost impossible to cross. All right, let's zoom out. What does this all mean for the bigger picture? Because this isn't just about a few cool companies. We are talking about a fundamental shift in the future of entire industries. I mean, the numbers here really do speak for themselves. The market for vertical AI isn't just growing, it is absolutely exploding. We're looking at a projected tenfold jump in just a decade. That tells you there's a huge shift happening right now in where the money and the talent is going. And the top minds in tech think this is just the tip of the iceberg. This quote from a top venture capital firm basically says vertical AI isn't just going to be bigger than the old software model, it's going to take on the entire multi-trillion-dollar services economy. We're talking about law, consulting, accounting, the whole shebang. So you see, this isn't random. There's a playbook for winning. It's all about focusing deeply on one thing, going narrow so you can go big. It's about building that data moat with information no one else can get. It's about fitting perfectly into how people already work. And crucially, it's about being compliant and proving your value with real numbers from day one. That's the blueprint. So here's the bottom line. The first wave of AI, the horizontal stuff, showed us what was possible. It was incredible. But this next wave, vertical AI, this is what's making it real. It's making it profitable. It's making it indispensable. This isn't some far-off future trend. It is happening right now, industry by industry. And the only real question left is your industry going to be the one that leads or the one that gets left behind?